Many times have you felt a burst of joy only to have it crushed moments later? Maybe you laughed a little too loud, danced around the kitchen, or shared something you were just proud of, and then suddenly their face, the face of the narcissist, it hardened. Their mood shifted. You could swear that the air actually got cold in the room. It's disorienting, isn't it? How something as innocent as your joy could trigger their disdain. But for narcissists, your joy isn't just overlooked. It's often punished. I think you know what I'm talking about. Because Annie learned that lesson one quiet afternoon when joy came softly, like a lullaby, you might say. This is Annie's story, and I'm telling it for her. Their baby was only a few months old. Annie had just finished nursing and was sitting by the window in a rocking chair. The light filtering through the curtains, she just felt so warm and cozy. And all felt right in the world at that moment. Annie, she started to hum a song that her grandma used to sing to her. Bella was making these little cooing sounds as Annie's humming turned into singing. But it wasn't a performance. It was just loving. And for a few precious moments, she forgot that everybody else existed. She was just enjoying the moment. She forgot all about the tension in her household, the way she had to walk on eggshells, and all that existed was this tiny little life in her arms. And then the door opened. Santino stepped in. He leaned against the door frame, watching her with that expression that he had. It was kind of like a part smirk and part sneer. I think you might know what I mean. Annie didn't see it right away. She was still singing and enjoying the moment. Then he said, "What's this?" It was loud enough to startle her, and he continued on, "Are we auditioning for something?" The words were light on the surface, but his tone wasn't. It was mocking and cold. Bella even kind of flinched right there in her arms. And he said, "No, I was just," and then he interrupted her. "Annie, you can't carry a tune and you're going to make our daughter tone deaf." Then he laughed like it was all a big joke, almost as though he was proud of himself for coming up with that. And just like that, Annie's moment was gone. The song evaporated in midair, leaving behind a silence heavier than ever before. She got up from the chair, kind of rocking her baby, soothing her own joy tucked quickly back in the shadows. Have you ever experienced anything like that? If you have, you know exactly how devastating it is. Joy isn't just a feeling, it's a life force. It's the part of us that sings when no one else is listening, dancing barefoot around the house. You know what I mean. That burst out laughter when we forget that we're afraid. Seems to me that narcissists see our joy and they see it as a threat because in those moments, your world isn't revolving around them. Your light is shining deep somewhere inside you, and you know what? They can't control it, so they hate it. Their response is laughter. They need to interrupt you, or they roll their eyes or say something cutting. Or sometimes they just withdraw affection. anything to reestablish their power. Over time, survivors learn to anticipate this. You start hiding your joy. You might sing under your breath instead of out loud. Or maybe you just stop laughing. And that's all in the name of just trying to keep the peace. But here's the truth. The narcissist wasn't punishing your song. They were punishing your freedom to feel joy. That quiet moment with her child wasn't about the notes that Annie was trying to sing. It was about her spirit. It was unguarded, alive and whole, and that terrified her husband. This one's for the woman who learned to swallow her laughter before it reached her lips, for the mother who felt the need to stop singing lullabies to her child, for the survivor who silenced their joy just to feel safe. Your joy is not foolish, please remember and know that, and it's definitely not weakness. You know what it is? It's evidence, it's proof that somewhere inside you, light was still alive, even in the darkest rooms. And when you reclaim that joy, in whispers at first maybe, then in a full voice, you're not just singing, you're defying the control. You are not letting them impose their power on you. May you sing again. May your laughter echo throughout all the rooms of your house. May your joy return, not as something that you hide, but as something that you honor. I'm Keil Hackley, attorney, author of the book Undercurrent, and your host here. Annie's story reminds us that truth matters, and so does joy, especially the kind that once lived quietly waiting for you to remember it. I'd love to hear from you. If you've ever had a moment like Annie's, please tell me if you've ever felt your joy was mocked or punished or stolen from you. You found ways to bring it back. Please let us know. Your story matters so much here. Remember that you are so much stronger than you ever believed. You are a warrior against narcissistic abuse. You are tenacious and you're never going to give up on your dream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for walking this path with me. And until next episode, just promise me you're going to take care of yourself. You're so important. Thank you again.